Hey guys, in today's video we are gonna be looking at Wisco and Ages of Conflict Part 3. So, right now we have the new Cyan country. Also, sorry for the wait, it was just I was doing a lot of exams and I'm still in school though. So right now we have the Cyan country forming in northern Brittany. I mean in Brittany because there's no northern Brittany. The Cyan state. The Cyan team, which will not be reaching Britain because they are not reaching Britain. I'm not allowing them to reach Britain. Because they're still a small country. Who would want to let them reach Britain? Also. As the Cyan team is pretty small right now. But now they border the Red State. And have expanded slightly. They're not as big as they're not very big, but they are powerful. They could probably match the gold team's army right now. As Queensbury port is formed. As the yellows and the greens still have their rivalry because of the wars and stuff. As now the greens are more expanding into they're technically Greece right now. If Greece was the Ottomans and wanted Crimea, which they have now. And now they're getting very big. They're increasing their size, and now they're going to become a great power. They're also they're warmongers. They want more territory. If they can get more territory, they'll take more territory. They want to be the greatest power again. But right now they aren't the greatest power. As over time they've weakened, but they are getting stronger. Right now the blue team is expanding more into Algeria. And as the blue state's colony expands in Tunisia, extending into modern-day Algeria, as their territory grows, now they want to return to being a great power once more. But this is gonna be hard. As another port forms, Port Albu forms, as it connects as a trade point for the blue team to connect their Algerian claim to their as the people of Port Albu escape. As they lose their former territory. As the Port Albu is the pink state. The pink state is now gonna become the great power in Africa, and is gonna be with the gold state in defending Africa from European colonialism, which isn't gonna work very well, but as they have now shrunk, as they've now shrunken the size of the blue team in Africa a lot, and now the pink team is much bigger. Now the pink team expands even more into Africa, trying to become strong enough to push the blues out of there once and for all. As a war breaks out between the blues and the pinks, as the pinks take massive territorial gains. As a shock to a lot of people, the blue team is not doing well and is losing hard. And the blue losses continue on the front before a peace deal is met. Now, the purple team begins to want more territory and wants to take, but the orange team is now expanding and wants to reach modern day North Sea Germany. Now this is called the splitting of most of the world. As the orange state expands, as the orange state now has a border. Now the three nations have a border with each other. And now the war continues. As the gold state expands even more into Iberia. As they want more territory in Iberia. Now they have enough expansion to reach the sea, which is good for them, as now they can expand into the sea more. As the gold state expands into Iberia at rapid rates because it wants more territory, so it's gonna get more territory. As it has a small naval army there, but they name a city Port Lizzie. Yes, it's unoriginal, but don't blame me, come on. Port Lizzie, the gold state now is pretty big. Probably could fight the pink state and win. But the yellow nomads now have the very long and the second blue-pink war begins and peace is shortly. As the purple team now wants a colony again, and will take a colony, as it's becoming the Mediterranean colonial British Empire. And first, it's gonna gain territory again. It's gonna expand into basically Israel and Jordan and Lebanon, as Violet Harbor is formed. As Violet Harbor and basically the Middle Eastern colonial empire is meant to help Purple Team expand more and make it stronger power, as it is gaining territory, size and strength, and is winning conflict, as the Orange State is also expanding and wants to gain access to the North Sea. And now it is expanding, as they expanded to the region. And Orange Team also gains more territory and becomes larger. It's becoming a great power. As the Red State continues its expansion towards more greatness, as the expansion continues, as the Red State gains more territory, as now the world is very interesting, as Port Purple, the Purple Outpost, is surrounded by tensions countries, as the Green Team and the Yellow Nomads, or the Yellow State, as the Blue State and most of Iberia is pretty tense, but Green Team is now very annoyed how much it's lost. Both teams are very hostile. The Purples and the Blues are also very hostile. Both very hostile, as the Blues keep expanding into the region. As they expand very far, they are gaining traction, beginning to become actual major powers again. But let's hope for the best for the Blue Team. I don't think the best is coming, because the Blue Team is kinda as like the 10th powerful country, or like the worst. I don't know how many countries there actually is. I'm gonna count later, but I think there's around 9. There's probably a top 10. Now we could use the real stats, which I'm probably gonna use, as the Purple and the Blues go into another conflict. As the Blues take back certain territory, as the Purples are now very weakened on that sea. Port File is formed, but now the Blue State is actually beaten the purples, but the purples were surprised for this because they didn't have much troops there. In the north, the world expands rapidly as the coast is reached. As finally the oranges have reached the North Sea, which they already knew about, but now they are almost certain of it. They are certain of it. Bremen is the new city. As we continue on with the green team expansion, also the map I'm using is like the classic map, which isn't like very detailed, but like it's good enough for me for like stuff like this. But it's pretty good map right now. It is. As the purple team and the green team now share an actual world border, and to fix the border they make a straight line, like the Americans with states. As they continue their expansion, the green team is actually becoming a very powerful country. And after the certain humiliations, it has its nationalism spark. As it continues, the expansion of Purple Team into the Middle East. This will surely work out fine, right guys? And we're coming nearly to the end of the video as the world continues to grow. The world continues to grow as the world continues to expand, as the yellow nomads move up north. They're moving to take a lot more territory and finally move out of basically Romania. They're in Romania or they're now taking Galicia. I don't think we're okay, guys. Guys, we're not taking the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Galicia is annexed into both countries, as the red state gains even more land because the borders don't look right. As we go into the orange team and their old ways of life, as they're kind of basically tribal people. At heart, they're tribal people. In spirit, they're like weird people. But like, the orange state is like basically the Germany. So bye guys, hope you subscribe, bye!